It's
Santi,
Santi.
yeah.
Yeah, it's Santiago, but it's fine if you call me Santi.
Yeah, Santi, thank you for coming to my show.
Thank you for inviting me.
So, uh, I thought to introduce you to my audience.
Sure.
So,
Uh,
can you please introduce yourself to my audience?
sure. Just give me 1 second. I have a fan here, so I think that's better now.
Sure.
Yeah. Thanks for inviting me. Hi everyone. My name is Santiago. I am from Medellin, Colombia. I am project manager at an IT company, and apart from that, I also like to be a coach leader. I like to engage with my teammates and get to know them better, get to know what's going on with them, make sure that they are feeling fine in the company and also outside the company, maybe with their family and everything. So yeah, I love what I do, and I think I'm very fortunate to be working in something that I love.
So, you are into IT.
Yes.
Okay. So, you said you are a project manager. So, can you tell me, can you elaborate what you do?
Sure. So basically, what I do is I actually started at a new company not long ago. And what I'm doing now is that we have some customers from the United States and from Canada, and sometimes they want to build their apps or their websites or some kind of new technology. So what I do is that for example, I get assigned a new project, and then I engage with these customers. I get to know what they want, what are their requirements, their needs, and after doing some gathering of these requirements, I get together with some people from the company, and I make a plan so that we can get this thing that is in the customer's head from an idea to a final product.
So, you take the requirements and you make a note and uh, you give to your uh, team and they will make the project.
Yes, we actually use Scrum as a way of doing projects and achieving successful products. And yeah, what we do, what I specifically do, I'm a Scrum Master as well. So what I do is that I take this idea and then I gather with a business analyst. We develop the idea into like specific um, epics. Epics are just like a set of tasks, like really big tasks that you can start developing in order to make this product. And then after I gather with the business analyst, then I get together with a development team, and we reunite and we talk and we plan on how we are going to develop these epics that we came up. And then that's where the fun starts, because we start doing something called the sprints. And yeah, it's actually very fun because we have these daily meetings and daily scrums. We make sure that the customer is happy, he's engaging with us as well, and this allows us to get feedback from him. Mm, and after, depending on the kind of product that we're building, it may take maybe 2, 3, 4, 6 months to build. And my goal is to get from point A to point B, where point A is when we have an idea, and point B is where we have a finalized product.
Okay, so from A to B, from B to A.
Exactly.
So, so when you started your job as a product manager.
Oh, actually, yeah. That's something that happened after I graduated from university. I actually studied something called product design engineering, and this is more related to tangible products, like like I don't know, phone, a mouse, or almost any product that we use. And after I graduated, I started working as a PM for a different kind of industry. I was working for the manufacturing industry, and yeah, we were developing products for office, like chairs, tables, and this kind of stuff. And I liked it because I get to engage with people. That's something that I really love, talking to customers and talking to my teammates as well. Mm, but I always felt I wanted to get closer to technology. I had this thing with technology, and then I started learning by myself. So I had this kind of mentor, which is a very good friend of mine, who taught me a little bit about IT project management. In fact, I think he was in your show some weeks ago, Pablo, and he showed me a different path. I learned a lot from him. I'm still learning a lot from him. And I finally got to the point where I'm developing IT products.
Yeah, he's a great man. He's extremely positive. I can understand the percentage of knowledge he has and the management skills. I did two videos with him, and he's a great man. So you learned how to. I mean, you learned about IT project management from him.
He he made me think. I was reading something very interesting that you cannot. It's very difficult for you to teach someone something to someone, but you can allow that person to think by himself. And
Yeah.
I think that's what he did with me. He
Okay.
teach me some concepts, but the true value of this mentorship that I had with him is that he like allowed me to make some, I don't know, weird connections in my brain. And then yeah, it's funny, but it's true. He allowed me for these connections, and then I was able to realize that I had some potentials that I didn't realize before.
So you did engineering and product management and designing, right?
Yes.
So which is not about coding.
No, I learned, no, that was back in the university. I learned how to do um, like a different kind of products, not IT. The things that I was doing is, for example, I use some software such as AutoCAD to make plans, like blueprints and all this kind of stuff. Make calculations to develop products that were built on wood or metal, this kind of stuff. I liked it, but I didn't feel very passionate about that. Then afterwards, maybe 4 years afterwards, I learned how to code by myself. I signed up in a Udemy course. I did a Udemy course, a Coursera course, and I learned how to develop mobile applications. And then when I was on it, I realized that I like it, but I wasn't like really brilliant at it. For example, um, something that took maybe 1 month for me or 2 months for me to learn, it took some other friends like 2 weeks. They were really, really fast. And then I decided that I wanted to be in this industry, but I also wanted to keep doing what I was doing in this different industry that was talking to people, creating this um, this high performance team and being able to create products together. That's when I decided, okay, I'm not going to develop, I'm going to I'm going to create IT products but from the project manager perspective.
So, what exactly you do? How many people will be there under you, and what are their responsibilities?
Okay, so for example, right now working on an application, e-wallet, um, and I'm working with a designer, with a UX and UI designer. I'm working with a Android mobile developer and also a iOS developer, quality assurance. That's my team at the moment.
So, okay, so you develop applications in.
Yep, application and desktop applications as well, websites.
Okay, so what are the languages that you use? What are the softwares that you use to develop?
Okay, so on my side, what I use on my daily basis is, for example, Jira. I use Jira to keep track of the projects, to make sure that we're going to be able to reach the goals with the time frames that we set or we compromise with our customers. We also use, for example, Trello. Trello. Trello is also a software that allows for transparency between you and your team, the development team, and your customer as well. So everyone knows, like where you're at, at what point you're at from building the application that you're doing. And then the development team, they use a lot of software. They use different kind of frameworks, development frameworks. At the moment, I know that we're working with Android Studio and with
Okay,
Swift as well. Yeah, for the iOS.
okay. So recently I developed an application in Android Studio.
Yes.
So okay, so you are a product manager before coming into IT already.
Yes, but it's something very different actually. Yeah, it's it's nice, but it's different. It doesn't have the agile part of it. Is when you're building IT products, the most important thing is that you focus on the things that deliver most value, and then you start uh, iterating from it. You start gaining feedback from the first users that are using your application, and then you're building on top of that. And different from the traditional project management, you 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 plan for like really long deadlines or milestones. It takes a lot of time. It's very, very difficult to handle changes in the scope. In IT, everything is changing all the time because new technologies are coming, new competitors, or maybe your customers' priorities are changing.
Okay, you develop web and mobile applications.
Yes.
So can you tell me in your experience what are the web applications and the mobile applications that you developed and that you managed and the requirement that you collected from the customers?
Um, Sorry, can you repeat once again, please?
I mean, well, the clients that gave, you know, I'm sure you have interacted with a lot of clients who have different requirements, like for their mobile and the web-based applications. So can you give some examples? What kind of applications they need and uh, uh, the requirement they need?
Yes, sure. So it's very common that for example, the company where I was working before, I used to do products that were for like inside of the company. So we had like internal customers. And for example, one of the requirements is that they wanted to deploy a new feature in the website that allow people for example, um, search for the salaries, search for salaries in different industries and in different countries. So I gather with for example, I could, for example, gather with this internal customer and talk to them, get to know what they really needed, and also talk very closely to some other person, which is a product owner. A product owner is the person who is actually prioritizing this list of features, and yeah, that's for example, that's one example. Another example could be, at the moment, this mobile application that we're building, this e-wallet. It's very interesting. What I did is, I gathered with this customer. He explained me a little bit about what he wanted. He's a customer from the United States that raised some money. He has a startup. He raised some money, and now he wants to develop an MVP, a minimum viable product. So one thing that I try to do in all my projects is try to look at the project from a bigger perspective. It's not just about the project, it's also about the company that hired us. It's also about the product that we're building. So I make sure it's not just about one single project, but also the big picture, the product that they want.
So you said you are a manager. You don't know the coding, and you don't know the deep knowledge how the product is developed, but you know how to gather the things, gather the features, and you know how to put it in a form and make it as a presentation.
I know the code. I know the code, but I don't develop it, and I don't
Okay.
know everything. I know some part. So, for
Okay.
example, uh, it's my responsibility to know what we are building, but it's not my responsibility to know how we're going to build it.
It is built. Okay.
Yes, for example, when I'm talking with the developers, I know when they're talking about, I don't know, databases or servers, or that
Yeah.
they need to do a pull request, or this kind of stuff. I understand it, but I don't get into the details of the code.
So what exactly your job is? You draw things that a client is saying. You know how you take those as a note.
Okay, so I think the best way to describe this is like an integrator. My job is to be like an integrator of the team, of the Scrum team, and the customer as well. So I make sure that the communication with the customer is fluent. I'm facilitating these daily meetings that we do to develop code. I facilitate some other meetings that are, for example, the sprint planning and the sprint reviews and retrospectives as well.
So you give support even after developing the application.
Yes, that's something very common. Normally, when the application is deployed, the company will need or will require some sort of DevOps as well. And uh, in my case, it's not me who is there. Sometimes it's just some DevOps that keep on providing maintenance to the application itself.
Nice. So, what will be the cost of the application? Are you into this cost? You know
No,
the approximate cost and all? You deal with it?
no, not really. We have a finance, like what I keep. Okay, I'm not I don't have to be dealing with all this stuff related to, to how much the application is going to cost for the customer. But what I do keeping in mind is the budget. Sometimes they can hire the company. For example, there are different types of contracts. So some contracts are, for example, times and material, meaning that they are hiring you. Let's say I'm going to hire Sai for 200 hours to be developing stuff for me. Then what the project manager is going to do is he's going to be keeping track of how many hours have you worked on the application and making sure that the customer knows this. So for example, you can do reports, you can report to the customer and tell him, hey, you have consumed 50% of your budget or 75% of your budget, so we need to hurry up, or we need to focus on the important stuff. Yeah.
So time is very important, right? When developing, when you're dealing with a project. So how you manage as a project manager, how you manage the time? You have to tell your team that you have to complete the project in the given time, and you have to add all the features that the client is needed, and you have to make the software good exactly like the client needed, right? So how you manage this, quality product, how you deliver quality product in the given time?
Okay, that's a really good question. So, well, one thing that has helped me is talk with the customer in advance. Uh, I try to explain him how agile projects work, and I try to explain him that this is like an iterative um, kind of development. It means that we're going to start developing and incrementally start deploying this product. What I try to do regarding the team is I try to make meetings which are really needed meetings with a specific goal, and with the people who really needs to be in this meeting. Even if I am invited to the meeting and I see that I'm not going to be providing any value, then there's no point. So I try to cut down on things that uh, take out valuable time, and then I try to focus on making sure that the goals are understood within the team, because this is also going to allow us to like not be wasting a lot of time.
Okay, so sometimes the project delays. You can't put all the features, all the requirement in the given time. So how you manage that as a project manager?
Yeah, that's a good question, and this is something that happens often because there's a lot of uncertainty in this project. Many things can happen. For example, I don't know, maybe one developer is going on vacation or had an unfortunate accident, or I don't know, or left the company, something like this. So the project may be jeopardized. Uh, the way I handle this is being first building a trustworthy relationship with my customer from day one. Being open and honest all the time is going to save you a lot of headaches afterwards. Because if you start, if you're not completely open with your customer, you're going to start maybe not showing everything, and then at the end, when you have one of these issues, you haven't you wouldn't have like a strong trustworthy relationship with the customer. But if you did, what may happen is that first you tell the customer what happened, look inside the company if there's anything that you can do. Maybe you can ask another person to join your project to work fast. Maybe if it's the case, you can work if it's needed extra times or during the weekend to be able to deliver. And if there is nothing to do, you just it just sucks, and you just have to tell your customer, hey, we are extremely sorry about this issue. This happened. Unfortunately, we won't be able to deliver for this date. And I'm sure that if you build a strong relationship with the customer, he's going to understand. And another thing, like last resource, you can do all other kind of stuff. For example, offering a discount or this kind of stuff can also help to calm the customer.
So, so you said about the management, and not every customer have the technical knowledge, right? But they want a website or a mobile app. I want this kind of a app, which means, I have seen somewhere. I will give you some reference websites.
Uh-huh.
So I want like this. I want like this. So he will be giving, like this. Some things, how you help, how you guide them.
Good question. So, one thing that happens a lot is that sometimes customer they don't even know what they want. Sometimes, or they don't have like they have just some random image in their mind on of how everything's going to look. And the truth is that you have to talk to them sometimes like if they were little kids. You have to explain him how the process works, um, explaining the like different possibilities that they can have. Um, you also can look help within the team and do these meetings and allow the team to talk to the customer as well. It's not just me talking to the customer, but I like doing these meetings with all the development team and like doing these brainstorming sessions where everyone can put their ideas and can help the customer shape what they really want.
So, so have you ever felt, some customers may have like too technical knowledge. They know about everything. Right. So how you handle them? They say about that software, this software, they say about, use that, use this. So how you handle them?
I okay, so one important thing about this is that uh, I think it's very important. It's not about your ego. Like you don't have to know everything or know more. No, you have to start collaborating with the customer. And if he's bringing all these ideas, or if he wants to use this software or that, it's perfectly fine. You just collaborate with him, make sure that all the team is very connected, the development team with what the customer wants, and you just collaborate.
So do you have any experience that you cannot forget as a project manager?
Mm, like something very specific that happened. There was one project that we had to cancel, and it wasn't very nice. It was big, but it was because of a catastrophe. In here in Colombia, we were building, we were like refurbishing. That was when I wasn't working in IT. I was working in EPM, which is like the biggest energy company in Colombia. And what happened is that there was a catastrophe in one of the water dams, and we had to completely stop the project, like because they needed to, all the resources from the company needed to go to fixing this dam. And it was a big thing. It was like international news and everything. And for us, it was very hard because we had a lot of people that we still needed to pay, and the company still needed to pay, and we had to stop the project and focus on doing different stuff, uh, gathering other projects, focusing on trying to stay afloat while this was solved. So yes, this was one project that I remember because I think it was the only project that suddenly stopped, and we needed to find a way out of this situation.
What do you think that is working for you to be successful as a project manager?
Oh, why you think I'm successful? No, no, no. I'm just a, like regular human being, and I try to keep it. I think something very valuable is to know that or every person is fighting their own fight. So when you go to work, you just try to connect with people. Try to have your eyes open, see if maybe if there is some developer that's not having a good day, and you can talk to him, chat with him on a one-to-one conversation. Creating this like empathy with the team is something that has helped me a lot, and with the customer as well, getting to know, because sometimes people think that, or I used to think, I used to be scared of customers. When I had a meeting with a customer, I was very worried, and then I realized that this is just another human being, and he has some expectations, but he's a human being. He's not like a person from, I don't know, he's not an alien or anything like this. He has feelings. You can make him feel good, make him feel confident and nice. So I think this has helped me a lot in my project, being able to connect with people.
So you are a great communicator.
I want to get there.
How many languages you know?
I know English, Portuguese, and Spanish. Portuguese, I would say maybe 50%.
Do you have customers Portuguese and Spanish?
No, not yet. Spanish I've had before. Portuguese, no.
So it's easy for you if you have, communicate.
Yes, yes, that helps a lot. The truth is the um, language is like the window to communicate to other people from other countries. So this is very useful. This is very, very useful. And I had the opportunity when I was young, I had the opportunity to live in Alaska in the United States. And that's where I learned most of my English. And then I also had the opportunity to go to Australia, which was like an amazing opportunity. I went for almost 1 year, and that's where I got really confident at speaking English.
So how many country people have communicated with you?
Oh man, a lot. I was working recently, like maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I was working with someone from India as well.
Okay.
From India, from Pakistan, from Indonesia, Algeria. Yeah, we had a team member from Algeria as well. Um, United States, Spain, and it's very nice to see this. It's like so many cultures gathering together. Everyone has so a lot of richness when we talk because I think people um, they have built their, I don't know, their way of being because of their history, and then the history from different countries are can be completely different. One day in your life may be different, very different from mine, and maybe from other people for sure. So it's very nice when we come together and unite. You get a lot of ideas.
Okay. So, so how much experience you have as a product manager?
As a project manager, around 6 years.
6 years experience. I'm sure you have dealt with a lot of projects.
Yes, kind of.
Okay. So, can you tell me some different projects that you handled, different from regular projects?
Uh, like different from IT.
Yeah, IT. Because I'm
Um,
into IT. I'm into IT. I want to know about IT.
okay, okay. Yeah, there was something that I was working on, and it was very fun. And I had to stop because I started looking for a job, but I was doing it. Uh, it happened when I was learning to code on Java and Kotlin, and I went to this group on Facebook, and I found this. I met this friend. It later became my friend, Sonny. He's from the Philippines, and we started creating something together, like a startup. And we started developing something really cool. It was an application for educational purposes, to collaborate and to create boards, and you had video and all this kind of stuff. And we created a group, um, and there were people from the people that I was mentioning before, from Algeria. There was someone from Kenya, from Pakistan, so it was a very diverse group. We never got to really see each other in person, but we worked every day, and that was very, very fun. That's something that I really loved.
So, uh, do so you interact with engineers also, right? Engineers and architects.
Not anymore. Back in the days, yes, but now that I'm working in IT, I don't do this anymore. That was
Okay.
before when I worked with construction and manufacturing, all this stuff. But now I am focused in IT. I love it. I think it's um, an industry that has so many possibilities, and it's really, really cool and fun.
So, what is your company is about?
My company it's a company from Colombia, and we do outsourcing, meaning that what we create mobile and desktop applications for companies mainly in the United States and in Canada. It, we have a lot of customers from Silicon Valley, and when they want to create their products, their MVPs, they come to us. We have the company has gained several UX design awards, and they really like it. So we have a lot of customers from the United States.
So what are the technologies that a engineer who is working under you should know in order to develop a mobile or the web-based applications?
There are a lot of starting from the designers. We mainly use an application called Figma.
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 Okay.
Have you heard?
No, I didn't hear.
Okay, Figma. It's very nice because it allows the designer can start designing the application, and then the customer can engage and have a look. He can go into Figma and put comments and send like instant, it's like real-time feedback, so the designer can change if he wants the I don't know, the screen, the button to look a little bit bigger or smaller, and it allows for a lot of collaboration. Then to develop the apps, we use, for example, for the backend, uh, we normally use Ruby on Rails, and then we use Android Studio for developing the Android uh, mobile applications, and yeah, for iOS we use Swift. That's mainly what we use. And myself, I'm managing the project. I normally use Jira to manage this and keep track of all the features and the tasks and the things that needs to be done.
So what is the minimum time and the maximum time of a project?
Um, I, I this is there is no like minimum or maximum to this. Not there's no minimum or maximum. It depends on the customer. We have customers that we've been working for 2 years. They started developing something, and now they want us to continue providing maintenance to the application, so we can go on like forever. And then the minimum, it depends on what the customer needs to build. For example, now I have a project that is really, really small because it's just like the redesign of a website, and it's just like a designer. It's a very small project, but it's maybe 1 month top.
So if a client want a project to be developed in your company, so how they can approach your company?
Um, they can go to the website, and the website they'll find all the information. I can send it to you as well. But yeah, in the website you'll find everything. You can find us in social media as well. If you go on Instagram, Instagram is really good and has really cool content as well. LinkedIn, um, email, everywhere.
So I'll put the website link of your company in the description of this video. People who wants their applications, the mobile and the web applications to be developed in your company, like the great management that you have, you know, they can develop the projects that they need.
Thank you. That's really nice. I really appreciate it.
So, as a project manager, as an observer, as a person who observes things very deeper, what do you say about my project?
Hey, I think it's very nice. When we talked yesterday, I got the opportunity to go and check your YouTube channel, and I found it really cool. I saw people from everywhere around the world, and it's some people were bringing like really nice ideas. And I think it's really nice what you're doing. I don't know if are you doing this for like personal reasons, or like what is the goal of the channel?
Like what you are doing, I'm doing that. Like talking with different country people and knowing you collect their requirements. I collect the experiences of them. but I have a technical channel where I'll collect this technical skills, and all tech related people are there, will be there in that channel, in that
Uh-huh.
podcast. I have a separate podcast for that, and I have a separate podcast for tech, YouTube. So I have a
Nice.
non-technical YouTube and channel, and non-technical podcast. So I think I did 370 plus episodes in last six
Wow.
months.
Oh my God. That's a lot of episodes.
Like per day, it is two to three. I'll do
R-
two or three in a day.
Really? Oh my
Yeah.
God. That's a lot. And
Sometimes, yeah.
do you like it?
I love it. I love to communicate with people. I love to know their what they think, and what I just think that every human being have different thoughts. I wonder why God created different human beings with different thinking ways. They have different ways of thinking. So
Uh-huh.
I'll try to come, I'll try to go in their way, like what you do as a manager, in order
Uh-huh.
to understand their requirements, and in order to understand what they are into. So I love to go think and in their way, so that I can understand. So that sometimes I feel like I have lesser problems than them.
Nice, nice. I like what you're doing. I think it's really cool. And I also think that I think everyone has um some, I think everyone has something to give in the world. And I think that what you're doing is like really nice because you're connecting all these people from different backgrounds. And I'm sure you have learned a lot from these conversations as well.
Yeah. Yesterday I did a video with a person who lives in Vancouver Island.
Bangkok Island?
Vancouver Island, Canada.
Ah, really? How was
Yeah.
it?
It was about 1 hour. It was a pure experience. I felt like a human being. He said about the nature, the water, oceans, trees, forests, animals, and without technology, you don't have much communication with the other land. You are living in an island. So he said a lot about his experience.
Hmm.
It was a new experience. The way, a new visual, new face, new eyes, new dress, like it's a completely new experience. Sometimes I want to do non-technical, but I want to do more tech stuff. These days I stopped doing non-technical videos. I'm getting a lot of invitations, but I'm selecting only tech because I want to work in a tech company. I want
Hmm.
to be a tech. I think if I be tech guy,
Hmm.
my thinking will be extremely logical, so that I can communicate with the non-technical people very easily.
Uh-huh, I understand. So what would you like to do in a tech company?
Presently, I'm preparing for solution architect position.
Wow,
Yeah,
amazing.
cloud solution architect, AWS cloud solution architect, and I know HTML. I did projects with Java, SQL, uh, database, and my graduation and post graduation projects I did alone, because it
Oh,
was a team,
nice.
but I took the initiative and I did it. I said I'll do it, I'll suffer, I'll collect the information about it, and I did the project alone. And my BTech project was the designing a website. My project was like it was crime report management system.
Uh-huh.
The project name is crime report management system. I have to create an online police station.
An online police station.
Yes.
And how was the outcome?
So
Did
I created like 30 to 40 web pages using HTML code. So
uh-huh.
yeah,
Nice.
my own design. I put some images in it. I put some YouTube links in it, some videos in it, some search bar. Like I'm talking with a person who is already expert, but It's just a graduation project, but I felt like amazing. I did everything alone, and the project was working, and I made it work. It was a
That's
long time
nice.
back,
Uh-huh.
2015, and my MTech project, master's project was same. It was like social networks, creating a social network website, like exactly like a Facebook
Mhm.
or other. Right? It was good.
You know what? I think
Yeah.
you would make a great project manager because you have very good communication skills and you have empathy. You talk with I saw you in the interviews and you have like this way to connecting with people. So you would be a great project manager.
I got opportunities already, but I want to be in IT. And I'm
Okay,
searching for, yeah, and I got opportunities as an IT director
nice. That's good.
in a company. Maybe in 2 or 3 months, I'm going to join.
Cool. Let us know when you start. Let us know on the channel. I'm following you now.
Yeah, I'll be in Toronto, not in India.
Okay, okay. Nice. Very
So
nice.
with your experience, like you are into IT for 6 years and you are into other projects uh, for some time, right? So as a manager, as a communicator, as as a person who uh, collects all the things and make it a beautiful thing, a great thing, and
Mm-hmm.
you deliver the quality product as that person. What do you say to the people who is watching this video and who is listening to you?
I think what I would suggest maybe is like try to look at the bigger picture, not just the project itself, but maybe look at you're talking to a customer. That customer is not just one client. That customer is one person who came up with an idea, and this idea is like sometimes this idea is like a baby for them. So you need to take care of this baby, you know? You need to really look into it and make sure this idea is going to turn into a beautiful product. So you have to try to maybe put yourself into the shoes of this person who uh, is giving you money to develop this product. So make sure that you have this sense of ownership with the product. That would be I think that's the biggest advice I would give. Yeah.
Awesome, man. So keep going and keep doing what you love, and you are extremely positive, man. And I feel like you will be, I'll take your interview again in, maybe after some time, when you become like a CEO of a company, or when now you're a project manager. When you manage the entire company, I will take your interview again, and I want the great person like you to be on my show, and so that I can inspire people who are following. It can be one or two numbers. I feel very great to show this.
Hey,
Yeah,
thanks a lot. Thanks for the opportunity. For me, it's very nice getting to know you. Uh, I yes, I keep studying and learning, and there are a lot the world has so many things, and it's very nice to learn new things. So that would be also another thing, uh, another suggestion. I know that I can see that you have this like growth mindset, so keep on doing it, keep on learning new stuff. One thing like very valuable is that nowadays studying is free almost.
yeah,
It's yeah, you can go and watch YouTube, you can learn from YouTube, you can find all kind of resources on Google, so there's no excuses.
yeah. So thank you, sir, for giving me your valuable time and telling me about how a project works.
Sure, Sai. Nice to meet you. Have a great day.
You too, and be happy.
Thanks. I am you too.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
One last thing I forgot to ask you.
Sure, bro.
Yeah, I forgot to ask your permission. You know, can I put this video and audio clip on my YouTube channel, social media, internet, podcast, my website, everywhere with your permission?
Everywhere. Sure.
Yeah, I forgot it. So,
Sure, bro. No worries. Put it. You can put it wherever you want. It's fine.
so I want people to learn from an experienced person like you. You know, there will be people from India or from anywhere, from England or Australia or Canada, from Sri Lanka, anywhere. People who watches this, they will get some points from your experience that you said. You know, they may not know what exactly happens as a when you become a project manager. You know your responsibilities. So that will be useful. That is my motto. Is
Yes, sure. You can use it. You can, as long as if it helps anyone, I'm happy.
Yeah, it will for sure. Thank you
Yeah.
again.
Sure, Sai. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
You giving me opportunity. Thank you so much.
All right. See you. Have a good day.
Yeah, good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.